phone, neither connected to anything, allowing visitors to quote-unquote speak to lost loved ones and let their words carry on the wind. The phones, part of the National Children's Grief Awareness Month, are inspired by a Japanese tradition started by Itaru Sasaki in 2010. Fox Valley Hands of Hope provides free grief support throughout the region and plans to install more wind phones in public spaces next year. Boar's Head is recalling certain Pecorino Romano cheeses over potential listeria contamination. The supplier, the Unbelieva company, is voluntarily withdrawing the products, including retail cups, food service bags, and pre-cut wedges, and other safety alerts. An FDA recall warns that a Brooklyn milk pan may contain significant lead, while over 200,000 Walmart Ozark Trail camping stoves have been pulled after reports of explosions and burns. Hyundai is recalling 85,000 Sonatas for potentially melting gas tanks, and Walgreens is recalling more than 40,000 bottles of saline nasal spray over bacterial contamination. Consumers are urged to check for recalls and return affected products immediately. A new FDA-approved eyeglass lens aims to show the progression of myopia in children, a condition affecting up to 40% of all U.S. students by the end of high school. Doctors say rising screen time is fueling the trend, and the new lenses could help protect long-term vision as they roll out nationwide. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
The holidays are back at Starbucks, so share the season with a peppermint mocha. Starbucks signature espresso, velvety mocha, and cool peppermint notes, topped with whipped cream and dark chocolate curls. Together is the best place to be at Starbucks.
Find what you love and love what you find at Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, find what you love only at Total Wine & More. Drink responsibly, B21.
FIFA World Cup 2026 is coming soon, but your opportunity to be there starts now through an exclusive offer with an eligible Bank of America Visa credit card. For a limited time, become a new customized Cash Rewards or unlimited Cash Rewards Visa credit card holder, and you will be eligible for a chance to purchase FIFA World Cup 2026 tickets. Learn more at BofA.com/cardFWC26. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America N.A. in partnership with Visa. Terms apply. Rights reserved.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Cintas. Fox Valley Hands of Hope in Geneva has unveiled 2 wind phones for grieving children and adults. One is a light green rotary phone, the other a colorful toy phone, neither connected to anything, allowing visitors to quote-unquote speak to lost loved ones and let their words carry on the wind. The phones, part of the National Children's Grief Awareness Month, are inspired by a Japanese tradition started by Itaru Sasaki in 2010. Fox Valley Hands of Hope provides free grief support throughout the region and plans to install more wind phones in public spaces next year. Boar's Head is recalling certain Pecorino Romano cheeses over potential listeria contamination. The supplier, the Unbelieva company, is voluntarily withdrawing the products, including retail cups, food service bags, and pre-cut wedges, and other safety alerts. An FDA recall warns that a Brooklyn milk pan may contain significant lead, while over 200,000 Walmart Ozark Trail camping stoves have been pulled after reports of explosions.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Hot Hands, America's favorite hand warmers. Tonight, cloudy with a low around 20, temperatures rising to around 22 overnight, windy with gusts up to 25 miles per hour. Tomorrow, a chance of snow showers between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m., cloudy with a high near 31. Currently, it is 12 degrees and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. Do you feel stupid for buying a timeshare? Don't. It's not your fault. You were most likely told you could rent it, and it was a great financial investment. And the deal was available today only. If this happened to you, contact your resort or Wesley Financial Group for help today.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-791-1313. 800-791-1313.
Chicago defense attorney Mark Schieblo has co-authored the book titled DUI Jury Trial, which is a true story of a DUI case that he defended. The accused was an Illinois truck driver arrested for driving under the influence of alcohol. This book contains facts about the case from the date of the arrest up to the jury's verdict, and this nonfiction novel also includes the transcripts from the jury trial itself. The book DUI Jury Trial is now available on Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com.
In the middle of the night, night, everything will be all right if you listen to Coast, right here on WRMN 7 days a week from midnight to 5 a.m. Each night on Coast to Coast, listeners are captivated by George Newry with discussions on news and current events, conspiracy theories, UFOs, life after death, and all things curious and unexplained. Whether you're working third shift or you're just a night owl, catch the most listened to overnight talk radio program in North America, Coast to Coast, every night, midnight to 5 a.m. right here on WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
Ladies and gentlemen, step on inside. It's Big Top Sports, your thrilling ride. From the Chicagoland to lands afar. With Derrick Geyer, your sports czar. The game's the place from field to rink. Hot debates, fast takes, no time to blink. The Windy City roar, the fans ignite. Your circus of sports under radio light. Big Time Sports, feel the roar. Where the wild games come to score. Guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland.
And welcome in to another edition of Big Top Sports on this here Topsy-Turvy Tuesday on WRMN 1410 AM River Media Network. That's right, River Media Network Sports. I'm your host, Derrick Geyer. A couple of things that I've been listening to over the last, it's been a few weeks. I've already touched upon it with the hirings and the firings of college football coaches, the NCAA. And I mean, it is just, it's really staggering to me. It's mind-boggling to me the amount of money that ex-football coaches or fired NCAA football coaches get or have been getting over the course of the last couple months, because they're not meeting expectations or they're coming close, but I don't know. Which kind of brings me to this whole Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin, LSU, and this whole entire saga, if you will. And it just absolutely boggles my ever-loving mind. But before I get into that, if you want to tune in and see my lovely face here with the bags under my eyes, feel free to tune into youtube.com at WRMN Radio. I am flying solo for the next, under 2 hours. You can call in at 847-931-1410. That is 847-931-1410. And then going back, to the YouTube thing, the YouTube feed, youtube.com at WRMN Radio. And for those of you that cannot see it right now, I am currently wearing a shirt, a black t-shirt that has people on it. And there's a potential for a 5-star rating, but only 1 star is highlighted. And then underneath it, it says, absolutely, and of course I can't read it upside down. Absolutely nightmare. Oh, that's it. Absolutely nightmare. Would not recommend. And I kind of feel that it's a little apropos talking about the college football head coaching landscape of things. And I know I've had previous discussions with people on the YouTube, saying that, well, NIL is ruining college football for the players, which is the name, image, and likeness. But before I get to the other side of this point, feel free to call in at 847-931-1410, 847-931-1410. Oh, and I do believe there was a fair amount of going in on my head right now, or in my head, trying to collect my thoughts about all this, because I've been thinking about this all frickin' day. It has been taking up my my brain power here. Not that there was a whole hell of a lot of that to begin with, but I mean, when you are a head football coach and you are recruiting these players that are supposed to be coming to your facility, your school, your university, your college, whatever it is, in this case with Lane Kiffin, and the fact that LSU was able to hire him while essentially under contract, and while Ole Miss is particularly doing very well this season, and it potentially one of their best football seasons ever, and then your head coach up and leaves to get another job, supposedly a better job. I mean, LSU might be the creme de la creme of college football head coaching opportunities and vacancies, but at the same time, is this not a used car salesman gimmick thing that has been running rampant throughout the NCAA football landscape for decades? It used to be, and going back decades, and I'm not even sure then because I wasn't even paying attention to college football back then, but I am now, kind of, sort of. But even with that being said, if you were to get a college recruit and they signed that commitment letter, they were unable to leave, let alone not getting paid to play football. Theoretically, they were getting paid by scholarship, dorm, food, etc. But while the universities and colleges are making millions of dollars off their NIL, name, image, and likeness. So with that being said, how unfair is it that a coach can up and leave right at the most important part of their particular season and basically say, give the middle finger, to the football program, to the students, to the athletes, that he was essentially responsible for getting there. I mean, this is the funny aspect of it for me. And it's not funny. I mean, it's funny to me as an outsider looking in. And I know it's all about the dollar, bling, bling, etc. But the fact that you leave the way that you did and the way that it was handled is just absolutely amazing to me. So what are some of the major ramifications of Lane Kiffin's move from Ole Miss to LSU? Well, you're talking about the potential negative impact on Ole Miss's college football playoff seeding. Not only that, but you're also talking about the recruitment of the athletes that you recruited. Not only that, you have it's really wild to me. You got the playoff positioning because, well, he was the offensive guru behind Ole Miss's offense. Lane Kiffin was. And then they promoted their defensive coach so they would have like some sort of stability. But, I mean, it's not like he is the offensive guru. No, that was Lane Kiffin. He had a certain way of doing things. His players came to expect certain things, to keep on doing those things, and he was responsible for actually calling, the offense. So with that being said, you're also talking about how just it's a jackwagon thing. And I know that there's a 30-day window for any of the recruits or any of the players to potentially go into the transfer portal or go back into the quote, or what I'm going to say, like the free agency market. So as soon as he inked the deal this past Sunday, the students of Ole Miss were able to transfer to other schools if they wanted to. But they only had 30 days. And if you're a student that was committed to this university in Ole Miss, and you're on the precipice of playing in the college football playoffs, are you going to really do that? I could see doing it afterwards. I could see after the season's done. But let's face it, the college football playoffs, they're not going to be done until January. Oh, so where does that leave the 30-day window of being able to get into the transfer portal and switching schools? I'll get into a little bit more of this on the other side. I am Derrick Geyer. You are currently listening to Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM. Back in a bit.
If your idea of therapy involves a fishing rod, a tree stand, or a campfire, then you need American Outdoors Radio. Host John Cruz speaks your language, whether it's about the best lures, tracking game, or that one buddy who always forgets to bring the beer. John's got the tips to sharpen your aim, the hacks to pack lighter, and the stories to keep you entertained. Again, that's American Outdoor Radio with John Cruz. Saturdays at 7 a.m. on WRMN 1410. Or stream it at WRMN1410.com. Get ready to outfish, outhunt, and outcamp them all on American Outdoor Radio with John Cruz.
When your car needs trusted care, think All Around Auto Body in Schaumburg. Family owned for over 30 years, they deliver high-quality collision repair and dependable service from start to finish. Call 847-352-3825. They're located at 501 Morse Avenue in Unit D. Get your vehicle back in shape with the experts who care. All Around Auto Body, where your car is treated like family. Call 847-352-3825 today. Proud sponsors of America's First Responders Fest.
Welcome to WRMN, your trusted voice in the Fox River Valley for over 75 years. We bring you fact-based news, good faith discussions, and entertainment that brings people together. From national headlines to local stories, WRMN is your home for thoughtful dialogue and community engagement. No matter the time of day, where you're listening from, or who you are always welcome here. Thanks for making us a part of your day. This is the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
When your car is making a strange noise, no matter what it is, you can't just pretend it's not happening.
That's an interesting sound.
It's like your mental health. If you're struggling and feeling overwhelmed, it's important to do something about it. It can be as simple as talking to someone in your community, or just taking a deep, calming breath when you need it. Nice. For mental health resources, check out loveyourmindtoday.org. At loveyourmindtoday.org, you'll find information that may help you get through a tough time. Things like tips for dealing with stress, how to navigate difficulties like financial worries, anger, substance use, and more. You can also find real stories of how people navigated their own mental health challenges. Because once you start to address the problem, you can go so much further. Visit loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
And welcome back into Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer. And as I am continuing to talk about Lane Kiffin, the ramifications for Ole Miss, LSU, and there is nothing wrong, in my opinion, of moving on from a job to take a job that is going to elevate your career. The one thing that needs to be done with the NCAA and is to just revamp this whole situation, because what in the hell is going on? It has been broken for way, way, way too long. I mean, great. They finally instituted NIL after what? Decades upon decades upon decades of kids getting paid under the table to go to certain venues to play. Now, in this respect, I understand that LSU, they had a vacancy. But you also had a guy that was under contract. Now, in professional sports, whether it be baseball, football, basketball, whatever, this would also be known as tampering. Well, apparently, because it's college football and college sports, tampering, hey, whatever, it's okay. Come on over. Oh, you're going to back up the Brinks truck? Yeah, I'm gonna take these extra millions of dollars, and yeah, they're my new team. I'm gonna rep them now. But this is kind of ass backwards. Ass backwards in the fact that, is there any other organization or any other sporting event or team or institution that actually allows the coaches to leave willingly in the middle of a season to take another job and basically say F you to everyone else involved? I haven't the slightest idea where anything like this would make sense. You're under contract. Now, LSU did buy out Lane Kiffin's contract for $3 million. Okay. They're also paying Kiffin, what is it? $13 million a season now? Where are we here? No, that is not it. That is not it either. See, I've got like so many different. Okay, here we go. I finally found it. So Lane Kiffin, the new hire at LSU, is currently going to make, if they decide to keep him, because this still boggles my frickin' mind, Lane Kiffin's new 7-year, $91 million contract will be up in, 2032? Assuming that he sticks around that whole entire time, right? But you're also talking about Brian Kelly getting fired in October of this year. He's owed a full buyout of nearly $54 million, paid in installments. And then there's still the matter of Ed Ogeron, who was fired in 2021, and he is still on the books for parts of $17 million that LSU had to buy out. What in the hell? And then when you factor into the fact that the governor was involved, and I'm trying to find that tab right now. Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry played a significant role in the firing of LSU coach Brian Kelly by publicly expressing his concerns about the large contract buyout and athletics director's role in the decision. Yeah, so apparently the athletic director wasn't happy with the way things were going, even though Brian Kelly had a winning record. No, he gone. And then the governor, because it is a public school, LSU is, Louisiana State University. It's a public school. It's a blue blood school. And yet, his voice came down and said, nope, the athletic director for LSU needed to go as well. So Scott Woodward, you're out of there. And it just doesn't, I mean, this is all a whole heaping helping of goofiness. Because if you're going to bitch and moan about kids getting paid through the NIL, name, image, and likeness, and now all of a sudden, well, a key cog also to this is the fact that, well, hey, Lane, not only are we going to pay you $90 some odd million for 7 years, but you know what? 91 million over 7 years. But you know what? We're going to also kick in about $25 million in NIL money so we can buy top tier talent for you. And I know people out there not exactly pleased with that, but yet if you can make $1 million, are you not going to go to a place where you can make $1 million? I mean, I know a certain Chicago Bears quarterback that made about $10 million through USC. Couldn't get the actual letters correct in my head there. But it's just absolutely befuddling to me that this is where it needs to go. The coaches' contracts need to be kept through the end of the season if they are going to be wooed away. This way, there's the continuity of everything. This way, the players don't feel screwed. This way, the university and the students don't get screwed. You know what? Screw the universities. It's more about the students and the student athletes in my mind. It needs to be redone. It needs to be reworked so this kind of smurf doesn't happen. But it does. And it's the living of the NCAA. Big Top Sports.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Hot Hands. Boar's Head is recalling certain Pecorino Romano cheeses over potential listeria contamination. The supplier, the Ambriola Company, is voluntarily withdrawing the products, including retail cups, food service bags, and pre-cut wedges, and other safety alerts. An FDA recall warns that a Brooklyn milk pan may contain significant lead, while over 200,000 Walmart Ozark Trail camping stoves have been pulled after reports of explosions and burns. Hyundai is recalling 85,000 Sonatas for potentially melting gas tanks, and Walgreens is recalling more than 40,000 bottles of saline nasal spray over bacterial contamination. Consumers are urged to check for recalls and return affected products immediately. A new FDA-approved eyeglass lens aims to show the progression of myopia in children, a condition affecting up to 40% of all U.S. students by the end of high school. Doctors say rising screen time is fueling the trend, and the new lenses could help protect long-term vision as they roll out nationwide. Wheaton residents may see a change in the timing of water rate increases. The City Council will hold a first reading today on an ordinance that would shift city water fee hikes from January 1st to June 1st, aligning them with increases from the DuPage Water Commission. If approved, the changes would take effect for the scheduled 2026 and 2027 rate increases. The City Council is expected to vote on the proposal December 15th. Officials say the shift is intended to simplify billing and avoid confusing customers with multiple annual increases. Fox Valley Hands of Hope in Geneva has unveiled 2 wind phones for grieving children and adults. One is a light green rotary phone, the other a colorful toy phone, neither connected to anything, allowing visitors to quote-unquote speak to lost loved ones and let their words carry on the wind. The phones, part of the National Children's Grief Awareness Month, are inspired by a Japanese tradition started by Itaru Sasaki in 2010. Fox Valley Hands of Hope provides free grief support throughout the region and plans to install more wind phones in public spaces next year. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Now there's a new way to take charge of your blood sugar. Introducing New Garlic Healthy Blood Sugar Formula from the makers of the nation's best-selling garlic supplement. New Garlic helps maintain healthy blood sugar levels with clinically supported levels of garlic, plus a custom blend of vitamins and minerals. And it's odor-free. Take charge of your blood sugar with New Garlic Healthy Blood Sugar Formula. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com, because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, E-T-H-O-S, ethos.com/Mike.
The only thing between you and your best self is the start button. This Cyber Monday, explore the world with Nordic Track. From the peaks of Peru to the streets of Paris, every workout moves you somewhere new with iFit trainers leading the way. The equipment's amazing, smooth, quiet, and those screens make it all feel real. Ready to start your next workout adventure with the #1 treadmill brand in the U.S.? Shop NordicTrack.com for Cyber Monday savings. Nordic Track. Train anywhere, explore everywhere.
Want to know what the shepherds did after they visited the Christ child? Read the short novel, The Good Shepherds, a Christmas combat story by Michael Tooman. Available on Amazon in hardcover, paperback, and Kindle editions. Check out Michael Tooman's webpage at Scilink.net. That is PSYLINK.net. Papa Sierra Yankee, Lima India November Kilo, November Echo Tango.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. Brought to you by Hot Hands, America's favorite hand warmers. Tonight, cloudy with a low around 20, temperatures rising to around 22 overnight. Tomorrow, a chance of snow showers between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. Cloudy with a high near 31, temperatures falling to around 24 in the afternoon. Currently, it is 14 degrees and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
The holidays are back at Starbucks, so share the season with a peppermint mocha. Starbucks signature espresso, velvety mocha, and cool peppermint notes, topped with whipped cream and dark chocolate curls. Together is the best place to be at Starbucks.
Find what you love and love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, find what you love only at Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly, B21.
Ladies and gentlemen, sports, your thrilling ride. Big time sports, feel the roar. Where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland. Football frenzy and hoops so high. Baseball swinging as seasons fly. Hockey blades cutting swift and true. Sports carousel spinning just for you. Big time sports, feel the roar. Where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland.
And welcome back into Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer. And hey, thank you for joining me on this topsy-turvy Tuesday where I'm trying to get out the angst that I am currently feeling on the inside, regarding college pro football. I mean, really, it could be college pro football, if you're actually looking at it, because, hey, if you are getting paid for it, are you not a professional? That's what I want to know. But with the college ranks, Lane Kiffin, the NIL stuff, coaches complaining that students shouldn't be getting paid, the fact that coaches are able to jump ship mid-season or, pretty much like 3/4 of the way through the season or a couple games left in the season, et cetera, et cetera. But, I mean, something has to be done. You took a step, or the NCAA took a step in making things right by the players that they're making their money off of, right? And as I've said on previous episodes of Big Top Sports, just the NCAA college football playoffs, that's $1 billion in revenue for the NCAA right there. Not to mention all of the states, or the state's state of games, or slates of games that they currently have. Whether it's the SEC, whether it's the Big Ten, which is like what, the Big 50, the Big 100, whatever. I mean, so not only that revenue that they're bringing in throughout the whole entire season, not only the revenue that they are getting a slice of as far as the betting revenue, but you're talking billions upon billions of dollars. And well, these coaches are mercenaries, just like any other professional athlete is out there. Unless they want to take, some sort of discount to play where they feel comfortable, where they where they don't mind turning down $1 or $2 million a season. But how often does that happen? Not very. And if the powers that be with the NCAA see fit to allow coaches to do this, they need to do a couple of things. If the coaches are able to leave, they have their $3 million buyout, or in this case, the LSU buys the contract of Lane Kiffin out for $3 million, and then they're going to pay him $91 million over 7 years, yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, these are problems that I definitely don't have. But at the same time, there's some things that it doesn't seem like these coaches have a whole hell of a lot of. Integrity. I mean, If you are going to say that you are going to do a thing, then you try and do that thing. It's understandable if you fall flat trying to do whatever thing that it is that you said that you were going to do. But there's a contract in place. And I don't see one. I mean, if Ole Miss is like, yeah, okay, fine. Well, whatever, we'll tear up the contract and you could go to LSU and piss off everyone in the state of Mississippi and, before that, the state of Tennessee. And now I could only imagine after 3 years of being at LSU or 4 years or of the 7-year, thing, or hell, you might even get fired, which is fine because, those buyouts are absolutely insane and very much in my wheelhouse. Hey, if someone wanted to fire my, happy ass and you wanted to pay me, hell, I'd take $250,000. But that's just, the state of where I'm at. Definitely not an NCAA football coach. But even with that being said, a contract's a contract, right? You sign the contract, you work till the end of the contract, unless the powers that be fire you from that contract. Then you get paid that obscene buyout money, right? Because what are you doing to the organization that you're currently on, where you're able to just walk away? Man, I would be so petty with that. I would have blocked it. I would have sued. I would have whatever. But that's and maybe that's not something that is capable of happening. Whatever. I don't know. But then you're talking about 70 plus kids on your football team that you're screwing over. The coaching staff, who maybe you're bringing with to LSU. But whatever. I have the slightest idea. I really, truly don't have the slightest idea like how this system isn't broken, because from my layman's eyes, in my outside perspective, my outside fan perspective, it just boggles my mind. But whatever. All righty. Well, I think I put the nail in that coffin right there. Things need to change. Will it? Hell no. Considering the fact that, what is it? They got the NIL only a few years or so ago. And that was a topic of discussion for so long because so many of the key coaches were battling back against it. When they're getting paid millions upon millions of dollars, oh yeah, my kids can't, my kids can't make money. Smurf. Some of them can't even afford to buy food. But whatever. That was then. This is now. It's all a broken system. But yeah. I'm Derrick Geyer. You are listening to Big Top Sports. And on the other side of this break, I'm going to be talking about the Unbelieva-BULLS on WRMN 1410 AM. Back in a bit.
Are you dreaming of a getaway? Want to leave the stress of daily life behind? Whether it's a relaxing cruise or an adventurous land escape, planning the perfect vacation doesn't have to be a hassle. At Cruises International, they specialize in vacation destinations, land and sea, making your dreams come true. Located at 1721 Moon Lake Boulevard in Hoffman Estates, Cruises International isn't just about booking travel. They're your personal concierge, trusted travel advisor, and advocate. Your preferences are unique, and they'll take the time to understand exactly what you're looking for. From personalized service to their global network of specialists, they ensure that your vacation is tailor-made just for you. It's time to plan the vacation of a lifetime. Call 800-255-7447. That's 800-255-7447 today and speak to a cruise and vacation expert. Cruises International. It's time to set sail to your dream destination.
Everyone needs to take care of their mental health, even running back Bijan Robinson.
When I'm on the field and feeling the pressure, I usually just take a deep breath. When I'm just breathing and seeing what's in front of me, everything just slows down. It just makes me feel great before I run the play.
Just like Bijan, we all need a strong mental game on and off the field. Make a game plan for your mental health at loveyourmindplaybook.org.
Love your mind.
Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Foundation, the Arthur M. Blank Family Foundation, and the Ad Council.
The road ahead can be unpredictable, but with the right partner, you're always moving forward. At Heartland Bank in Hampshire, we're with you. Every mile, every milestone. From savings to small business lending, we offer local decisions and personal service that gets you where you're going. Stop in at 819 Warner Street or call 847-683-4444. Heartland Bank, proud sponsor of America's First Responders Fest. Political party poopers got you down? Shake it off and join me, Dennis Sonar Green, every weekday from 4 to 6 p.m. on WRMN for A Political Talk Show, where we cut through the doom and gloom with a focus on America first, constitutional values, and a populist perspective that puts you, the citizen, at the center of the conversation. At WRMN, the talk of the town, we're not afraid to challenge the status quo and bring you the straight talk you need. Whether you're frustrated with the political establishment or looking for a clear, some nonsense analysis, this show has you covered. Tune in. Let's take on the issues together with a fresh, unfiltered approach. Catch us every weekday from 4 to 6 p.m. on WRMN, A Political Talk Show. WRMN, the talk of the town.
Welcome back into Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer. And before I went to break, I was going to talk about the Unbelieva Chicago Bulls. The Unbelieva-BULLS. See what I did there? Yep. Well, Chicago Bulls. Where do I start? Why don't I start at the very, very beginning of this season? What's gone wrong with the Chicago Bulls? I mean, what's gone right with the Chicago Bulls? I mean, if you are a Chicago basketball fan, Chicago Bulls fan, you start the season very impressively, I might add, with a 6-1 record. Hot out of the gate. And now their record is 9-10. Good golly, Miss Molly. And I understand that, there were quite a few injuries before the Chicago Bulls took on the Orlando Magic yesterday. And, I should probably say that the Orlando Magic beat the Chicago Bulls by the score of 125-120 in yesterday's game. The Bulls at one point in time led by as many as 15. But, that doesn't really matter here or there. And this is a, decent enough, and I say decent, air quotes, Orlando Magic team with a 13-8 record after yesterday's game. But the Chicago Bulls did lead as much as by, 15 points. Their play has been severely inconsistent over the last, I don't know. Going back to their loss against the Indiana Pacers. Definitely their loss against the Charlotte Hornets. The New Orleans Pelicans pounded them in New Orleans or Louisiana. They barely squeaked by a Wizards team. It's inconsistency. Now, as I had mentioned, they were without a couple of their starters. Well, if you could call them starters. Not really sure like how they really stack up in the grand scheme of things. But for last night's game, you had Noah Essengay. He was out with a left shoulder contusion. Isaac Okoro, left lumbar radiopathy or low back pain. And then Jalen Smith with a left hamstring strain. And then there was also Zach Collins, still with the fractured wrist. Dalen Terry, calf strain. Kobe White, left calf tightness and also dealing with congestion. And then Julian Phillips, he was suffering from an illness. But then you get into the game and, well, you have one of the key cogs that has been playing throughout this stretch of interesting basketball. Unbelievable basketball. Unbelieva-BULLS basketball. Kevin Huerter, he was injured in yesterday's game, and he left early with an abductor injury. So what are you going to do? It's pretty much like the walking wounded. What? How? Why? How? What? I mean, how are the Bulls going to get back on track? How are the Bulls able to overcome this? And in what Coach Billy Donovan was talking about last season, during the final 20 games of last season, 2024 to 2025 season, they were questioning and complimenting, well, one, their roster. Or let me rephrase that. I was questioning their roster while they were complimenting the style and blueprint of the Indiana Pacers roster. Okay. Well, that's all good and great and everything, but they actually have a superstar on their team. And according to this article that was written on yesterday, December 1st, by Jamal Collier of ESPN.com/NBA/story. Last year, Billy Donovan was saying that that's who we have to be. We have to be better than the sum of our parts. Well, let me tell you. The sum of your parts need an upgrade. AK, Mr. Karnisovas, please do a better job of getting the sum of your parts better, because right now there is no Tyrese Halliburton on your team, or there's no quality of player like Tyrese Halliburton that the Indiana Pacers have. The Indiana Pacers were able to get to the NBA Finals last year on the back of Tyrese Halliburton. And if he didn't get hurt with that Achilles injury, there's a pretty damn good shot that he would have actually propelled the Pacers to a championship. And it wouldn't have been the Oklahoma City Thunder winning it. But with that being said, I mean, what in the hell is going on? And as I said, 6-1 in the first 7 games. Now their current record is 9-10. Oh, that's a whole lot of bad basketball and losing to a whole lot of bad teams. And when you have guys like Nikola Vucevic, who is in his 15th season in the NBA and his 6th season in Chicago, and at 35 years old, a 2-time All-Star, and is the oldest player on the team, oh my goodness, by 5 years. And he's saying that they don't, or we just didn't play up to NBA standards. Vucevic told reporters, we talk about it, but I don't think we really understand. It's not sustainable the way that they play. And I'm paraphrasing there, but you get the gist. And the style of basketball, the run and gun, the up and back, the wear out your opponents, get more offensive and defensive rebounds, clear the people out in the paint, get a little gritty, get a little nasty. Well, Smurf, that is just not working. It's not. And this is what was preached in the very beginning of the season, in the preseason, while training camp was going on, with Billy Donovan and the management of the Chicago Bulls. I mean, is there a potential trade that they can make? I mean, in this article, they're talking about Anthony Davis. I don't know. I have absolutely no idea. And the one good thing, though, is that the Bulls can trade up to 5 firsts and 5 second-round picks and could have up to close to $70 million in cap room next offseason, according to ESPN's Bobby Marks. Well, that is a lot of open cap room for the Chicago Bears. I mean, the Unbelieva-BULLS, and I can't believe I unbelievably said that right there. Happier times, right? Bears are first in the NFC. They take on the Green Bay Woodpeckers on Sunday. So that'll be a good thing. But something's got to give. Something has got to give. You are currently listening to Big Top Sports here on WRMN with yours truly, Derrick Geyer.
Did you get a call or message that mentioned Social Security that made you feel threatened or scared? That is not the Social Security Administration. Social Security will not threaten you, press you for personal information, or demand instant payment. Social Security does not accept payments by gift card, prepaid debit card, internet currency, or by mailing cash. Criminals use these forms of payment because they are hard to trace. Don't fall for it. Hang up, ignore them. Report this criminal activity to oig.ssa.gov.
Produced at U.S. taxpayer expense.
The Supplemental Security Income Program provides monthly payments to help meet basic needs, like putting food on the table, paying the rent, or buying new shoes for growing feet. You may qualify if your income and financial resources are low, and you are 65 or older, or an adult or child with a disability, or who is blind. Call 1-800-772-1213 or go to ssa.gov/SSI to start to apply. Produced by Social Security at U.S. taxpayer expense.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 7 o'clock.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Rain-X. Wheaton residents may see a change in the timing of water rate increases. The City Council will hold a first reading today on an ordinance that would shift city water fee hikes from January 1st to June 1st, aligning them with increases from the DuPage Water Commission. If approved, the changes would take effect for the scheduled 2026 and 2027 rate increases. The City Council is expected to vote on the proposal December 15th. Officials say the shift is intended to simplify billing and avoid confusing customers with multiple annual increases. Fox Valley Hands of Hope in Geneva has unveiled 2 wind phones for grieving children and adults. One is a light green rotary phone, the other a colorful toy phone, neither connected to anything, allowing visitors to quote-unquote speak to lost loved ones and let their words carry on the wind. The phones, part of the National Children's Grief Awareness Month, are inspired by a Japanese tradition started by Itaru Sasaki in 2010. Fox Valley Hands of Hope provides free grief support throughout the region and plans to install more wind phones in public spaces next year. Boar's Head is recalling certain Pecorino Romano cheeses over potential listeria contamination. The supplier, the Unbelieva company, is voluntarily withdrawing the products, including retail cups, food service bags, and pre-cut wedges, and other safety alerts. An FDA recall warns that a Brooklyn milk pan may contain significant lead, while over 200,000 Walmart Ozark Trail camping stoves have been pulled after reports of explosions and burns. Hyundai is recalling 85,000 Sonatas for potentially melting gas tanks, and Walgreens is recalling more than 40,000 bottles of saline nasal spray over bacterial contamination. Consumers are urged to check for recalls and return affected products immediately. A new FDA-approved eyeglass lens aims to show the progression of myopia in children, a condition affecting up to 40% of all U.S. students by the end of high school. Doctors say rising screen time is fueling the trend, and the new lenses could help protect long-term vision as they roll out nationwide. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
The holidays are back at Starbucks, so share the season with a peppermint mocha. Starbucks signature espresso, velvety mocha, and cool peppermint notes, topped with whipped cream and dark chocolate curls. Together is the best place to be at Starbucks.
Find what you love and love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, find what you love only at Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly, B21.
FIFA World Cup 2026 is coming soon, but your opportunity to be there starts now through an exclusive offer with an eligible Bank of America Visa credit card. For a limited time, become a new customized Cash Rewards or unlimited Cash Rewards Visa credit card holder, and you will be eligible for a chance to purchase FIFA World Cup 2026 tickets. Learn more at BofA.com/cardFWC26. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America NA in partnership with Visa. Terms apply. Warrants reserved.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Hot Hands. Boar's Head is recalling certain Pecorino Romano cheeses over potential listeria contamination. The supplier, the Unbelieva company, is voluntarily withdrawing the products, including retail cups, food service bags, and pre-cut wedges, and other safety alerts. An FDA recall warns that a Brooklyn milk pan may contain significant lead, while over 200,000 Walmart Ozark Trail camping stoves have been pulled after reports of explosions and burns. Hyundai is recalling 85,000 Sonatas for potentially melting gas tanks, and Walgreens is recalling more than 40,000 bottles of saline nasal spray over bacterial contamination. Consumers are urged to check for recalls and return affected products immediately. A new FDA-approved eyeglass lens aims to show the progression of myopia in children, a condition affecting up to 40% of all U.S. students by the end of high school. Doctors say rising screen time is fueling the trend, and the new lenses could help protect long-term vision as they roll out nationwide.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Hot Hands, America's favorite hand warmers. Tonight, cloudy with a low around 20, temperatures rising to around 22 overnight. Tomorrow, a chance of snow showers between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m., cloudy with a high near 31, temperatures falling to around 24 in the afternoon. Currently, it is 14 degrees and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
The holidays are back at Starbucks, so share the season with a peppermint mocha. Starbucks signature espresso, velvety mocha, and cool peppermint notes, topped with whipped cream and dark chocolate curls. Together is the best place to be at Starbucks.
Find what you love and love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, find what you love only at Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly, B21.
Your kids could get free or low-cost health coverage from Medicaid or CHIP. Even if you've applied before, they may be eligible now. Kids up to age 19 are covered for checkups, vaccines, dentist visits, hospital care, and more. And if they already have Medicaid or CHIP, remember to renew every year. Visit insurekidsnow.gov or call 877-KIDS-NOW. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
My mom has taken up going to the park to practice yoga.
My dad's going to a club, but not a book club, a salsa club.
Finding new hobbies comes with age.
My mom has started getting lost and not knowing where she's going.
Becoming lost or disoriented doesn't. Confusion with time or place may be a sign of Alzheimer's. An early diagnosis can help improve the quality of life for your loved one. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Ladies and gentlemen, step on inside. It's Big Top Sports, your thrilling ride. From the Chicagoland to lands afar. With Derrick Geyer, your sports czar. The game's the place from field to rink. Hot debates, fast takes, no time to blink. The Windy City roar, the fans ignite. Your circus of sports under radio light. Big Time Sports, feel the roar. Where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports fan from the heart of Chicagoland.
And welcome back into this topsy-turvy Big Top Sports Tuesday with yours truly, Derrick Geyer, on WRMN 1410 AM. And before I get into the subject of this NASCAR lawsuit with the antitrust claims with 2311 and Front Row Motorsports that had gotten underway yesterday. That is for all of you NASCAR fans out there that may or may not be following this. Just got some slight notes on this, but before I get into that, go to our WRMN Facebook page and see what Susie C. and Elliot the L Train Serrano will be up to on Weird Wednesday, where they are asking for your submissions now to talk about Weird Wednesday, Weird Gifts edition on the WRMN Morning Show. Yes, indeed. Susie C., Elliot the L Trade Serrano, every morning from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m., Monday through Friday. Yeah, so tomorrow's Weird Wednesday. I've got a couple of weird presents that I've gotten and given, but, well, this is a sports show. It's not the WRMN Morning Show with Susie C. and Elliot the L Train Serrano. Elliot, take two. Elliot the L Train Serrano. But, yeah, tune in tomorrow, and I do believe Mary Kay Weslin, I hope I'm saying that right, and if I am not, I do apologize. She will be joining the morning show tomorrow as well. So that is bound to be fun and entertaining as well. And before I get going any further, if you're not already seeing my baggy-eyed face, why not? Tune in on the youtube.com at WRMN radio feed. And if you want to call in and get your sports takes off, I don't necessarily care what kind of sports takes you have. Just keep it clean. Let's get this interaction going. Let's get this dialogue. Let's have a conversation. And in order to do so, call in at 847-931-1410, 847-931-1410. Or if you're too shy to get in on the radio, you could always text in at 505-926-1410. That's 505-926-1410. But as I said, I'm going to be talking about this 2311 and Front Row Motorsports antitrust lawsuit against NASCAR, claiming that the charter system is anti-competitive and unfairly restricts teams. Okay. Basically, in my layman's terms and in the way that I am understanding it, it is that NASCAR wants you to go, wants the NASCAR teams themselves to go to a specific supplier of parts. Well, not only that, but, and see, this is supposed to be, and also another reason why this lawsuit had happened was because these teams, 2311 and Front Row Motorsports, they refused to sign the new 2025 charter agreement, quote unquote, with 2311 Racing and Front Row Motorsports. Started the season as open, quote, end quote, teams, meaning they had to qualify for each race. Well, and if you know who the owner is of 2311, it's a little known celebrity, former basketball player, in that of Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Oh yeah, and Denny Hamlin as well. So that's it. And with them being open teams, and as I just said, they need to qualify for every single race, as opposed to the other teams that are actually under the NASCAR umbrella that don't have to qualify for each and every race. So this federal trial began yesterday on December 1st, 2025, and MJ was actually on hand for 2311 Racing. And the trial basically expected to go maybe a week or so, with a few days of deliberation afterwards, is expected to go on and will focus on whether or not NASCAR's actions are anti-competitive. And NASCAR's defense is, NASCAR argues that the charter system is fair and will defend and are defending it in court. So what are some of the potential outcomes from this? The trial could affect the charter status of the two teams for the 2026 season and beyond. It could also lead to monetary damages for the teams and potentially change the structure of the charter system. Well, kind of interesting, because before it was whether or not the team, and this was a new twist on me, because I didn't realize that the teams needed to qualify for each and every single event. I thought it was, okay, they do the time trials, they do the laps, the fastest lap, they see how fast it goes, and they were in and they set up the race and then they race. Well, apparently not so much. Apparently there's only limited room for each and every single race. Now, there's also the issue of the teams, and when I say 2311 and FRM, it's also the teams claimed that the proposed 2025 charter agreement was unfair. offering a fixed payout instead of a share of the growing media rights revenue, which primarily benefits the France family. And the France family, the wee family, the France family, which is the NASCAR's owners. And as far as Denny Hamlin testifying that signing the deal would have been a quote-unquote death certificate for his team's future financial viability. Now, of course, NASCAR is going to deny this because, well, that's pretty much what happens when, you got a plaintiff and the other side of it is going to vehemently defend themselves. Now, whether or not there is a jury of 6 people, once all the arguments are heard, they will deliberate and they will come off and make the decision of it. Whether or not it's going to benefit 2311 and FRM, well, that remains to be seen. Whether it's going to affect the rules for 2025, because there is also the issue of getting parts for their cars, and NASCAR being the supplier of said parts. It's just a matter of which side the jury essentially comes down on this. So maybe I'll have Bob Mariner in studio to talk a little bit more about this tomorrow. Maybe I won't. I'm not sure. I'm still waiting to hear back. But he's the NASCAR guy. He's the Denny Hamlin fan. I'm just Derrick Geyer. This is just Big Top Sports. And you are just listening to WRMN 1410 AM. And I'll be back on the other side.
Get ready, Lily Lake. The holiday magic is back with the 2nd annual Christmas tree lighting happening Friday, December 5th at 5 p.m. at the heart of the village. Bring the whole family to enjoy hot drinks, local food and crafts, cozy heated tents, and yes, a special visit from Santa Claus himself. It's a winter wonderland celebration hosted by your very own village of Lily Lake, where holiday spirit comes alive beneath the glow of the village Christmas tree. Don't miss the lights, the laughter, and the joy. That's Friday, December 5th at 5 p.m. For more info, visit villageoflilylake.org or call 360-365-9677. The Village of Lily Lake is lighting up the season, and you're invited.
When tragedy strikes, you need more than a lawyer, you need a voice. Romanucci and Blandon fight for justice in cases of personal injury, wrongful death, civil rights, and medical malpractice. With over $1 billion recovered, their results speak loud. Call 312-458-1000 or visit rblaw.net. That's 312-458-1000. Romanucci and Blandon, national impact, personalized care. No fee unless they win. Proud supporter of America's First Responders Fest.
It's easier than you think for pests to threaten your family's health. Ticks, which spread dangerous diseases, hide in tall grasses and even on your pets. Rodents easily invade your home, contaminate food, and can carry more than 35 diseases. Mosquitoes, which breed in standing water, transmit many diseases. Get the facts you need to protect your family at pestworld.org. It's that easy. A public service message from the National Pest Management Association.
Real talent is defined by what people can do, not where they learn to do it. So by stopping at the education section of a resume, you might throw away the perfect hire. You might miss someone who has valuable skills to offer to help your business thrive right now and in the future. Because the truth is this: skills first hiring helps you see talent others miss. like more than 70 million stars, skilled through alternative routes. When you let their story unfold, you gain a competitive advantage because hiring managers who start with skills are 60% more likely to find a successful hire. See the real person, complete. See what others miss. Hire skills first. Learn why it's a competitive advantage at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
And welcome back into Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM. Derrick Geyer is your host. I don't know why all of a sudden I decided to talk in the third person right there, but I did, and I am going to be talking about the Chicago Blackhawks this segment. Well, in the Western Conference, the Chicago Blackhawks are currently 12th. They are currently tied for, fourth in the Central Division of the Western Conference, 12th overall. So with that being said, they would essentially be out of the playoffs as I am speaking right now. They will be taking on, who are they taking on? They are going to be taking on the Vegas Golden Knights out there in Vegas. Game time, puck drop starts theoretically around 9 p.m. They're going out on their West Coast road trip, and apparently this is kind of weird. More weirdness for the NHL, the Chicago Blackhawks, and the way that their schedules, the way that they made their schedules, or the Blackhawks schedule, I should say. Because as is right now, and, well, the schedule is, the Chicago Blackhawks are going to be taking on the Vegas Golden Knights tonight at 9. Then on Thursday, they are also going to be taking on the Los Angeles Kings. Oh, and in a back-to-back, and no, it's not a home-and-home, which is really frackin' mind-numbingly stupid. The Chicago Blackhawks are again playing the Los Angeles Kings on Saturday at 8 p.m. It's a freaking weekend game. Come on, guys. 8 p.m.? I understand it's 6 o'clock out there in LA, but really, you do not want to have your audience staying up. Well, apparently they just don't give a smurf, really. There's a lot of smurf not giving, or there's a lot of smurf that, apparently organizations don't really care about. Yeah, I know. Breaking news here on Big Top Sports. Organizations don't care about their fans. Whatever. And then following that up with so let's see. Tomorrow. No, tonight, Thursday, Saturday, and then they have a back-to-back against the Anaheim Ducks. And that game is in Anaheim on Sunday at 7 o'clock. A little bit better of a start time. Well, normal-ish, if you will. But my goodness, you guys at the NHL certainly seem to have your head up your collective arses as far as the way that you're doing this schedule, and TNT or TBS or the NHL Network or whatever. You guys absolutely suck at this year. And anywho, I'll back off. I'll try and breathe in. Whoosah. Breathe out. Breathe in. Whoosah. No, NHL's planning department or whatever, they still suck. And yeah, but even still, But over the course of the last few games, it wasn't the NHL planning department or scheduling department or whatever department that has been sucking. No, it's been the Chicago Blackhawks that have been sucking. They were on a, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-game losing streak before coming back in Sunday night's game, Sunday afternoon's game, Sunday night's game to the Anaheim Ducks. And this is something that needed to happen for the Chicago Blackhawks. A little bit of positivity going in that direction because, well, it ain't gonna get much better. It ain't gonna get much better, but then again, I don't know why I'm talking like this, but I is talking like this, but you know, you need to play better. You need to play better defense. You need to not go down 3-0 in the first period. Actually, Chicago Blackhawks did score a goal in the waning seconds of the first period, so that was good, but they also gave up 3 goals to none. And Connor Bedard had a hell of a performance, and really, it is the young kids that are doing phenomenal for the Chicago Blackhawks this year. Connor Bedard, Frank Nazar, not so, oh my goodness. Let me see what I can see here. Artem Lashunov. He's been a pleasant surprise. Ilya Mikheyev. Well, of course, I think he might be a little bit older. Yeah, he's 31 years old, so not quite a kid. Well, he's a kid to me. He is a kid to me. Born in 94, so yeah, 31 years old. Born a kid. But also Jason Dickinson. He's had a nice turnaround. Ryan Donato. Well, I suppose in NHL terms, not so much a kid at 29 years old. But damn. And then, but these guys, it's feast or famine right now. Trying not to get, if I'm watching, and I'm just a sports fan. I've never truly played organized hockey before. If you want to really hear about the Chicago Blackhawks, the Chicago Wolves, Chicago Ice Hogs, you need to tune in on Saturday mornings with the On the Rise crew, Mike Napolitano and company, from 10 to noon. They will get you set on all of your week's worth of hockey action because they know their hockey smurf right there. They really, truly do. But with that being said, every time I'm listening to a game or watching a game and I hear the consternation of Mr. Weiderman, you could hear all the Blackhawks game on the radio on 720. But with that being said, you could hear the consternation of when there are play lapses, when the defense of the Chicago Blackhawks overlook a forward or a centerman, or when you have a convergence of 3 or 4 players in front of the goalie. And that's the stuff that needs to get worked out and worked on and go forward with. Because a lot of these chances from the other team, that is what is causing it. Also, man, they need to lock down on their very own power play because there are way, way, way too many chances and breakaway opportunities for the opposition. And Spencer Knight is already standing on his head the way that it is to let those opportunities for the other team to come down the pipe, especially when you're on the power play. I'm Derrick Geyer. This is Big Top Sports. You're listening to WRMN 1410 AM.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Rain-X. Wheaton residents may see a change in the timing of water rate increases. The City Council will hold a first reading today on an ordinance that would shift city water fee hikes from January 1st to June 1st, aligning them with increases from the DuPage Water Commission. If approved, the changes would take effect for the scheduled 2026 and 2027 rate increases. The City Council is expected to vote on the proposal December 15th. Officials say the shift is intended to simplify billing and avoid confusing customers with multiple annual increases. Fox Valley Hands of Hope in Geneva has unveiled 2 wind phones for grieving children and adults. One is a light green rotary phone, the other a colorful toy phone, neither connected to anything, allowing visitors to quote-unquote speak to lost loved ones and let their words carry on the wind. The phones, part of the National Children's Grief Awareness Month, are inspired by a Japanese tradition started by Itaru Sasaki in 2010. Fox Valley Hands of Hope provides free grief support throughout the region and plans to install more wind phones in public spaces next year. Boar's Head is recalling certain Pecorino Romano cheeses over potential Listeria contamination. The supplier, the Ambriola Company, is voluntarily withdrawing the products, including retail cups, food service bags, and pre-cut wedges, and other safety alerts. An FDA recall warns that a Brooklyn milk pan may contain significant lead, while over 200,000 Walmart Ozark Trail camping stoves have been pulled after reports of explosions and burns. Hyundai is recalling 85,000 Sonatas for potentially melting gas tanks, and Walgreens is recalling more than 40,000 bottles of saline nasal spray over bacterial contamination. Consumers are urged to check for recalls and return affected products immediately. A new FDA-approved eyeglass lens aims to show the progression of myopia in children, a condition affecting up to 40% of all U.S. students by the end of high school. Doctors say rising screen time is fueling the trend, and the new lenses could help protect long-term vision as they roll out nationwide. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
The holidays are back at Starbucks, so share the season with a peppermint mocha. Starbucks signature espresso, velvety mocha, and cool peppermint notes, topped with whipped cream and dark chocolate curls. Together is the best place to be at Starbucks.
Find what you love and love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, find what you love only at Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly, B21.
FIFA World Cup 2026 is coming soon, but your opportunity to be there starts now through an exclusive offer with an eligible Bank of America Visa credit card. For a limited time, become a new customized cash rewards or unlimited cash rewards Visa credit card holder, and you will be eligible for a chance to purchase FIFA World Cup 2026 tickets. Learn more at BofA.com/cardFWC26. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America NA in partnership with Visa. Terms apply. Rights reserved.
At Britain's Touchless Car Wash, they know life gets busy. That's why they're here 24/7 to keep your car looking spotless, fast, and easy. Their advanced brush-free wash technology delivers a sparkling clean without a single scratch, because they treat your car like it's their own. Here's the best part. Right now, you can get a free car wash just for joining their text club. It's simple. Just text BRITT to 30400, and your first wash is on them. Britain's Touchless Car Wash has 2 convenient locations, 1923 Larkin Avenue in Elgin and 555 Willow in West Dundee. They're proud to keep your car clean while giving back to our community. Text BRITT to 30400. That's BRITT to 30400. Now for your free car wash, and see why Britain's Touchless Car Wash is the fast, gentle, and reliable choice.
This is Will Walker with your Fox Valley forecast. Brought to you by Hot Hands, America's favorite hand warmers. Tonight, cloudy with a low around 20, temperatures rising to around 22 overnight. Gusty winds up to 25 miles per hour. Tomorrow, a chance of snow showers between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. Cloudy with a high near 31. Currently, it is 13 degrees and overcast. With your Fox Valley forecast, I'm Will Walker on WRMN, the talk of the town.
Whether it's morning routines or weekends on the sidelines, when the temperature drops, America brings the heat with Hot Hands. Hot Hands are America's favorite hand, toe, neck, and even body warmers to help you stay warm and cozy from head to toe. Hot Hands are fast-acting, long-lasting, and made right here in the USA. Look for the Hot Hands logo in the bright orange packages at your favorite store or online. Keep doing what you love out there with Hot Hands, warming up America coast to coast.
Ladies and gentlemen, step on inside. It's Big Top Sports, your thrilling ride. Big Top Sports, feel the roar. Where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland. Football frenzy and hoops so high. Baseball swinging as seasons fly. Hockey blades cutting swift and true. Sports carousel spinning just for you. Big Top Sports, feel the roar. Where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland.
And welcome back in to this final half hour of Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer. Yeah, I can't help myself. I found a toy to play with. I'm going to play with the toy. I'm like a little 12-year-old. I do not necessarily mind. But hey, if you were to give me feedback, well, then give me feedback on the youtube.com and WRMN radio feed. Or call in and be a part of this conversation instead of just listening to my voice drone on for 2 hours. You can call in at 847-931-1410. That's 847-931-1410, or be on the text line where you don't have to call. You could just give me your opinion at 505-926-1410. That's 505-926-1410. And don't forget, it is Weird Wednesday on the WRMN Morning Show. You could hear Susie C. and Elliot the L Train Serrano talk about the wackiness, the weirdness, every Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. That's right. And talk about weird and wacky and oh my good Lord. Don't look now, but the Chicago Bears are still on top of the NFC East. NFC East? No. Wait, hold on. No. That's right, you jackwagon. They are not on top of the NFC East. They are on top of the entire NFC conference. That is right. And looking at the new power rankings for this week, after week number 14. I do believe it's week number 14. Yep, week 14. Whew. Thought I almost stuck my foot in that Smurf once again. But even after losing to the Panthers, the Los Angeles Rams, are still ranked number one and by all means still considered Super Bowl contenders. And then the other 9-3 team, the Seattle Seahawks, they are still ranked number two, obviously behind the Los Angeles Rams. I mean, that's kind of like how that works. The team that I would have expected to be a little bit better one of the better teams in the league on the AFC side of things. It is the Denver Broncos, ranked number 3 with a 10-2 record. Coming in at number 4. Man, did you see that game the other night? Ooh-wee. Surprised that was actually a Sunday night, Monday night game. Ooh, holy cow. But coming in at number 4, up one spot from 5 to 4, it is the New England Patriots. I mean, if there was ever a game that the Patriots were going to absolutely smurf the bet on, it could have been this one going against the New York ugliness of the New York Giants. That's right, I said it. Cry me a river. Cry me a river with the New York Giants. I do not care. Your team stinks. And, well, they obviously got beat 30-7. And my goodness. Yeah. And don't look now, but sure as hell seems like Mike Vrabel has Drake May and their fans out there, quite hyped up. But then again, I mean, it is, it's the Patriots. What are you going to do? And then coming in at number 5, up 2 spots from 7 to 5, it is, we will see about this after this weekend, won't we? It is the Green Bay Woodpeckers. That's right, I said it is the Green Bay Woodpeckers. I mean, after you go ahead and you beat the Detroit Lions, I suppose that there might have been some, nice movement in there, considering the Packers are in second in the NFC North, and we'll be taking on our very own Chicago Bears this Sunday, where you can also listen to that game on these very airwaves. Game starts at 3:15. We got the pregame show here on WRMN 1410 AM starting at approximately 1 p.m. Listen to the game here on these airwaves, and then stick around for the postgame show as well, as hopefully the Bears, who are up 5 spots to number 6. They still couldn't crack number 5, though. We shall see after this weekend how this matchup is going to shake out between the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Woodpeckers. That's right. I said it. Green Bay Woodpeckers. Got some people texting in here on the tube of U's at WRMN Radio, where they seem to think that the Green Bay Woodpeckers will be dispatching of the Chicago Bears by the score of 34-17. I think it's going to be a hell of a lot closer game than that. If I am not certain, I think it is going to come down to a last-minute score, a last-minute field goal, hopefully. There's that stud defensive guy that the Woodpeckers have on defense. So, yeah. But this will be an interesting matchup. So the Bears are up 5 spots from 11 to 6. And my goodness, they own the number 1 seed in the NFC right now. And it's going to be a fun rest of this season for the Chicago Bears. We need 2, count them, 2 more wins. I sincerely believe that is the mark to get into the playoffs. Yeah, I ain't hearing about Caleb Williams getting sacked 5 times. I ain't hearing that. I'm not hearing that. I mean, it could happen. Very well could happen. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, this is another coin flip game, if you will. Yeah, definitely a battle royale. So at number 7, down 3 spots, it is the Indianapolis Colts. And when I heard this on Monday, where their quarterback is playing on a broken fibula and who also suffered a calf strain in Sunday's loss to the Texans, my goodness, Daniel Jones, you have got cojones, my friends. You have got some big cojones. You got big huevos. Abso-freaking-lutely. Dude, you already missed the racing talk. Man, you go away. Already missed it. This is the NFL talk right now. If you want to rewind, go back at the top of the 7 o'clock hour where I was kind of going over what was happening with 2311 and MFR Racing. Or, I'm sorry, Front Row Motorsports. FRM Motorsports. Yeah. But yeah, Daniel Jones has the Indianapolis Colts looking pretty good. Didn't exactly see this coming at the very beginning of the season. We just thought, and I mean, everyone thought that Daniel Jones was an absolute bust. Well, apparently you get a coach, Ben Johnson, Caleb Williams, coaching staff that actually knows what the hell they're doing instead of languishing in, I mean, yeah. I mean, let's be honest. New York Giants, not too good. Daniel Jones, he looking pretty good right now under new coaching staff. And I don't care what you might say about Caleb Williams, whether he's a game manager, or whether or not he's an assassin. I will take what they are doing right now. At number 8, up 1 spot, is the San Fran 49ers with the record of 9-4. Let's see. We also have at number 9, the Buffalo Bills, who had a nice Josh Allen game the other night. And Buffalo also ran the ball for 249 yards and controlled the clock for 42 minutes. Out of where? Out of how many? Only giving the ball to the Sterling Steelers? The Aaron Rodgers? That was too much of a wuss to, well, I can't really fault him for not wanting to play on a broken wrist or a fractured wrist against the Chicago Bears. But it was certainly sweet to see him get a little boo-boo on his nosy nose, blood streaming down. So that was nice. I just wish it were against the Bears. And coming in at number 10, it is the Philadelphia Eagles, who really smurfed the bed against the aforementioned Chicago Bears. Eagles are down 4 spots to number 10. And for honorable mention out of the top 10, you have the Detroit Lions, who lost to the Green Bay Packers, or the Green Bay Peckerwoods, or the Green Bay Woodpeckers on Thanksgiving. So, well, only time will tell. The Chicago Bears get the Detroit Lions, the last game of this 2025-2026 season. So hopefully this game will not matter. Hopefully the Bears will make it 6 in a row. But the Detroit Lions are down 3 spots to number 11 out of 30 teams. So with that being said, you are currently listening to Big Top Sports with yours truly, Derrick Geyer, on WRMN 1410 AM. Back in a bit.
Welcome to downtown Elgin, where businesses, community, and creativity come together. The Downtown Neighborhood Association provides valuable, complimentary services to all downtown businesses, organizations, property owners, and residents, helping you gain exposure and thrive. Whether you're already part of the district or exploring a new downtown location, DNA is here to help your vision grow. Join us in creating a vibrant, connected, and successful downtown Elgin. Call now 847-488-1456, or you can email info@downtownelgin.com. Ask for Jennifer Facala. Downtown Neighborhood Association, where the heart of business beats strong.
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when. Don't find yourself saying,
I'll trust water bottles and a flashlight to save the day, but I'll be proved wrong.
With a tornado approaching, I'll realize that I lack a wheelchair-accessible shelter.
When the floodwaters rise, I'll be up in the attic with 20 cans of beans. It's a recipe for disaster.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older adults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Ready to tackle your junk piles? Call the Junk Luggers. From old furniture to entire cleanouts, we do the heavy lifting. And here's the best part. We rehome and recycle as much as possible to keep it all out of landfills. Feel good about your cleanout the green way. Call 1-800-LUG-JUNK or visit junkluggers.com today for your eco-friendly, stress-free service.
Hi there, Tammy Scully here from Talk Time with Tammy and Friends. Join me and my sidekicks, Nancy and Becky, for valuable lifestyle tips and unique views and insights on interesting topics and everyday situations, providing nonstop fun and chuckles for all. Get the scoop on consumer news, deep dive on current events, and learn about the newest economic trends, from exercise and gardening to music, travel, recipes, sports, pets, real estate, media, and everything in between. And it's all sprinkled with a healthy helping of bad dad jokes and interesting fun facts to boot. Tune in Mondays through Thursdays from 2 to 4 p.m. for a little fun, frolic, and infotainment. Join us, won't you?
And welcome back into the final few minutes of Big Top Sports here on this Topsy-Turvy Tuesday. And at last check, the Chicago Bears are still on top of the NFC Conference. And they will be taking on the Green Bay Woodpeckers this Sunday afternoon, approximately 3:15 p.m. Don't forget to tune in here on WRMN 1410 AM for the pregame, starting at about 1. Kickoff about 3:15. And then stick around for the postgame show as well also. So that's about 7 hours of Bears football right there on your Sunday afternoon, evening. But right now, currently, Pro Bowl standing, or not Pro Bowl standings, but Pro Bowl voting is currently underway. So if you want to get in your favorite Bears players, go in on, what is it? NFL.com/Pro Pro Bowl games. Vote. Get in there. Get some recognitions for your team. Let's see. Right now, this is only I think they only unlocked it, yesterday? But so far, the leading point or Pro Bowl getter is, let's see. Click on that. Quarterback. So basically it's just the yards, and they're doing that. And, so no standings as of yet, but I figured NFL being what it is in this wacky, weird world, you could go in there and already see who's taking the early lead. And, I would imagine it would be Patrick Mahomes yet again. But what do I know? Come on. Yep. Caleb Williams with 3,028 yards. That doesn't seem right. Although if that's the case and he's got 5 games left to, break 4,000 yards, then in that case, he would actually, he would be the first Chicago Bear ever to pass for, 4,000 yards. And I know yesterday, my co-host on yesterday's Monday Mayhem show, Andrew Scheid, he was talking about how does it really matter whether or not the Chicago Bears have a 4,000-yard passer? Well, yeah, kind of. I mean, to me, it does. Being around as long as I've been a Bears fan since 1950, whatever. Quite honestly, and if I'm being honest, no one cares. Yeah, okay, so it's been since 1986 that the Bears won the Super Bowl. I know it's the 85 Bears. They won it in 86. Okay, whatever. That's how long it's been. And if they don't win it this year, it'll be 40 years that the Chicago Bears have not won a Super Bowl. But this is the best that the Bears have looked in quite some time. It's hopeful. Now, if they somehow manage to not make the playoffs, and it's a very distinct possibility, I still think that this season has a lot to offer Bears fans. Be that as it may, hey, don't forget to tune in tomorrow morning to the WRMN Morning Show with Susie C. and Elliot, the L Train Serrano, where it is Weird Wednesday, and they will be discussing what weird Christmas gifts you have received over the years. Go to that WRMN Facebook page. Be a part of the conversation. Give them some Smurf. Hey, and thank you for listening. I've been your host for these past 2 hours, Derrick Geyer, on these airwaves, WRMN 1410 AM. And I look forward to doing it again on tomorrow's show, which is stay warm, be safe. Big Top Sports.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. Trade stocks and ETFs, options, futures, and crypto all on one platform. Get started today at Robinhood.com.